Good afternoon, Christites, and welcome back to a new semester. You're watching CCTV, a weekly telecast of all the news on campus. This November has been brimming with events. The suave CEO of AirAsia, Mr. Mithu Chandilya, spoke to Christites about the airline industry. Here is Sama Mariam with more on that.
Christ University students attended a talk by the dashing CEO of AirAsia, Mr. Mithu Chandilya, on November 13, 2013. The talk, organized by the External Affairs Committee, was the first installation of their venture titled Talk with the Extraordinary. An ex-model and professional tennis player, Mr. Mithu had an interactive session with the students about work ethics, AirAsia, and his life in general.
Firstly, I wanted to thank Father Thomas and all the dignitaries that we have here, the faculty for supporting this, and if you could please give them a round of applause.
At the age of 33, Mr. Mithu is the youngest CEO in the aviation industry. He took a walk down memory lane to recount a childhood spent in Andhra Pradesh. He also spoke of his days of youth in Chennai and later in a university in USA.
Rishi Valley is a great school, but it's in the middle of 350 acres of land with only 300 kids and no TVs, no radios, no computers in those days. So I said, look, I need to go out into the big bad world and really see how the world is. To be honest, I think I was a good student, but I was not a great student. I just worked really, really hard. I had 4 years and I figured I'm getting a scholarship, so let's just go maximize the amount of time I have there. So I was the only student in their history to graduate with 3 majors. A lot of people have always asked me, what was your dream? And as far as I can remember, I think I was 12 years old, and what I really wanted to be was I just wanted to be a very good father. It's very strange to say that, but since I was 12 years old, I don't know if it's the fact that I lived in a boarding school and didn't have my parents there or anything like that, but I just wanted to be a really good father. So every decision that I took was about being successful.
Speaking about AirAsia, Mr. Mithu said the story of AirAsia is like a fairy tale because it was born out of nothing.
And it really is a fairy tale because you had a company that was born out of nothing. You had 2 partners, Tony Fernandez and his partner Kamruddin, who came from the music industry. So these were guys who worked with Warner Music. They knew nothing about airlines, zero. So, as you can imagine, 2 guys from music now have these 2 airlines, 300 people that they had inherited and debt that they had to pay off. So the first thing they did was go raise money. But everything in the way we operate is very anti-airlines, traditional airlines. I'm an aggressive guy, I'm a young guy, I'm very direct, I'm very honest. The one thing I keep telling our team is every day we just keep pushing and we keep pushing. And I believe in India, they've been very supportive, the government, the regulations, obviously media and the public interest. So we're very excited about being here.
CCTV got the all-exclusive interview with Mr. Mithu. What advice would you give to students who are pursuing?
Professor here actually summed up my speech entirely. Basically it's about being different and not being afraid about being different, celebrating the fact that you are different, and and having the bravado. You need to have the boldness to do something different, take risks. Because especially when you're young, right, when you're coming out of MBA, your downsides are so low. You don't have your family pressures, hopefully. You don't have, responsibility beyond a point. Take all the risks, take the path that nobody chooses. That's what I've always believed. When somebody says don't go there, even when we fly, I'm going to places that nobody wants to fly. The downside's there. But then you have to make it happen.
Thank you. As a conclusion to the event, the Christ Cult team gave dance performances, and the vote of thanks was given. With camera person Mohammad Raziullah and Siddharth Danji, this is Sama Mariam for CCTV.
Thank you, Sama. On the 13th November, the Department of Economics organized Altius. Over to Vijaya for full report.
On the 12th and 13th of November 2013, the Economics Department organized their annual National Fest Altius. Various colleges from across the country participated in this two-day fest. The fest aims at reminiscing and reasoning with the economy and even starting to redefine it. In total, there were 6 exciting events. This includes quiz, debate, crisis management, mind games, teaching beyond barriers, and winner's curse. Among these events, Winner's Curse was the most anticipated event. It was a bidding war in which each team was given a fictional sum of 10 lakhs. With this money, they had to purchase everything they needed to build a company. The fest came to a close with the prize distribution. Professor Emmanuel PJ, the HOD of the Economics Department, gave away the prize checks and certificates. Christ University managed to sweep up a majority of the prizes. With visuals, this is Vijaya Ravi reporting for CCTV.
Thank you, Vijaya. The Christ University Quiz Association organized the National Quiz Championship, the biggest of its kind. We have Rochelle with more on this.
Students of Christ University and 120 other colleges had their brains picked at the National Quiz Championships held at Christ University on the 15th and 16th of November 2013. CCTV gives you a sneak peek into the Quiz Championships.
So as part of this National Quiz Championship, we have about 5 quizzes planned. We had General Quiz, Business and Technology Quiz, and India Quiz planned for yesterday, and Sports and Entertainment Quiz and Open Quiz planned for today. So we had participation from about 120 to 150 odd teams from various premier institutions from all over India, like NIT Trichy, IIT Madras, IIM Indore, then NIT Surathkal, Nalsar and such colleges. And it's been a fun-filled 2-day event.
As part of the National Quiz Championship, there were 5 quizzes, but the most interesting and unusual was the Open Quiz, which saw the participation not only of students, but of various business and corporate employees. We are here with Mr. Sharath Babu, who was the quiz master for the India Quiz. So, sir, I'm going to ask you, why quizzing?
Francis Bacon once said, Scientia Potentia Est, which means knowledge is power. Okay, so that's what I believe in. Until date, that is what I've been pursuing. So hence, the pursuit of knowledge is going on with quizzing. Quizzing is one of the ways. And there are a lot many other things, so hence quizzing.
Okay, and is this your first time in Christ?
No, I've been here for an intra-college general quiz event, which also had a brilliant response. So as usual, Christ has been very supportive, and it's probably the best we have had from any college for that matter.
Hi, my name is Shreyas and I'm from RB College of Engineering. We had a quiz right now, the Sports and Entertainment quiz, which I thoroughly enjoy because sports and entertainment are some of my greatest passions. I like quizzing because it's stuff that you know, stuff that you've seen in the newspaper, stuff that you see on TV. Quizzing is a nice pastime. It offers a welcome refreshment from the normal college activities. So yeah, that's why I like quizzing.
I'm here with Anand from the IIT Madras team who just won the Indian quiz. So I want to know, Anand, I'm sure you've been to a lot of quizzes. What drives you to take part in more of them?
Because what we know is really, like a grain of sand, and what is there to know, what is there to discover is the entire ocean. So quizzing is like a mind sport. It really it tells you that, hey, it makes you very humble. It tells you that you don't know anything, but it makes you so curious, and it says that, if you struggle and if you read up and if you go for quizzes and stuff, you can actually get to know so many new things and discover. So every quiz is about discovery, and it really enriches us. So it's a very enriching and rewarding experience.
On the whole, the quiz championship turned out to be a fun-filled day and a huge success as well. Whoever thought that quizzes could be so much fun? With camera person Mohammed Raziullah, this is Rochelle D'Souza for CCTV.
Thank you, Rochelle. Budding talents everywhere. Every Christ side blossoms. Samrita brings us the update on this exciting Interdeanery Fest.
On the afternoon of 18th November, the Blossoms inaugural ceremony took place in the Block 1 quadrangle. Blossoms is a cultural fest which brings together different deaneries to participate in events such as music, dance, theatre, art, literary and many more. The ceremony began with a choir led by Mr. Jason Kishander performing 2 songs. Then our respected Vice-Chancellor spoke about Blossoms and its importance. The dance team put up a spectacular show with about 50 dancers taking part. We had Dr. John Bennett, Principal Lecturer of Performing Arts in Liverpool Hope University. Let's see what he has to say about the Blossoms atmosphere at Christ.
I have to say it was terrific. I saw some of the rehearsal downstairs in the Performing Arts department and it looked great fun there, but I didn't realise the scale of the event that you were going to put on here, and it was just such great fun. I also would like to say, I think as an idea for the university, to bring the university community together, it's really, really first class, and I should be taking it back to Liverpool Hope and seeing whether we can do something similar.
Thus, Blossoms was given the necessary impetus for the energy to be expended over the course of the fun to come. As you can see, Blossoms 2013 fever has taken over Christ University. Each deanery is ready to take part in a variety of events, all in hopes of taking their deanery the trophy home. With cameraman Raziullah, Samrita reporting for CCTV.
Thank you, Samrita. That's all for now, Christ Sites. See you next week.